Good morning, Chancellor.
Good morning.
And thank you. I just had several questions. The first question, and I know some of my colleagues have already touched upon it, of Open SUNY. And in terms of the amount of money, I mean, that's going to be placed aside for faculty development and such. I know you've spoken that there are over 100 programs and degrees that are already available. But I'm talking more about where do we bridge the gap between the classroom experience and the online experience in terms of the interaction between the students and the teachers and the socialization skills within the classroom? And I guess the other question I have is about basically almost like a security type question. How do we know that the students that are taking the online courses and will be participating in the online degrees are the actual students? So if you could just reach that in terms of the amount of money and what kind of protocols are being taken.
Well, you're pretty informed because these are the universal concerns that people have. First of all, can we help our faculty bridge their own experience in teaching live classes historically or traditionally into the kind of course development you have to go digital. And so we need to provide the kind of professional development, and we've set aside time and resources to build a center for faculty online teaching excellence because we want to do it right. We also want our regular full-time faculty engaged. There are models across the country where the only people who offer the online courses are part-time adjunct faculty. Again, as Beth said, not that we don't need their expertise, but we want the online instruction delivered by the same full-time competent faculty. So we're supporting anybody over 20 years old into the new digital age. How do you make that transition? Because we use the term hybrid. A lot of students will take some on campus and some online. So the second issue is the security issue. It's very big with us. We have mechanisms that we know are being used around the country that we're going to use as well to make sure that student is the student taking the course. We have online mentoring so that we're actually following students to make sure any of their concerns are met. So I think we have to put all the support in place that makes Open SUNY really unique and of course high quality. We're not interested in a second-class delivery of instruction.
My second question has to do with relationship building with high schools and such. And I know we've spoken about at the community college and many of our four-year institutions that there's a certain amount and a growing amount of money that has to go towards remediation, especially in basic math, reading, and writing. And basically, I represent SUNY Farmingdale. I'm very privileged to represent that school. And they have a great partnership with the local high schools in STEM development and the middle school programs and a lot of mentoring that goes on. Do we see this across the SUNY system in terms of a lot of partnerships? If you could just comment in terms of the partnerships that are created between the high schools and the SUNY schools to try to bridge that gap. And maybe one of the reasons that we need more remediation is that we have more people that are going to college today that didn't have the opportunity in the past. Yeah. But what kind of efforts is the SUNY system trying to do to reduce remediation?
Well, I really appreciate the fact that that's right. More people accessible to post-secondary education, more people are going to have more challenges, and it does differentiate itself by income. I think the philosophy of the State University of New York is that every one of our campuses should be reaching out to elementary and secondary education, and all of them do in one way or another. We have a network of early college high schools. Last year, as you know, we added these pathways to technology early college high schools, and we're working hand in glove with particularly our community colleges and business and industry. I feel my frustration is that we're doing a lot of things for remediation, but it's not adequately moving the dial. And that's why we're looking for an early diagnostic so that we can create a pathway that serves the student as the student is diagnosed with need. And we fix it once and for all where it occurs. We don't wait till the 13th year, till they enter college to figure out they've got a deficiency in their curriculum. So that's our plan. I think you can help us. I will take away from this day your interest and willingness in partnering with us and certainly our CUNY colleagues to really fix this for New York. I think we have a plan and a pathway.
And just one last question. I know, obviously SUNY has an excellent statewide reputation, national reputation, and you're building the international reputation. And I just didn't know at the SUNY level if there was more money benchmarked to expand international reputation. For example, SUNY Farmingdale cooperates with the Dominican Republic for international students. So it's really building up a brand name within the Dominican Republic. Do you see expanding that program to build up the international brand, and is there money earmarked in your budget to do that?
Well, one of our 6 goals in our Power of SUNY strategic plan the last 5 years has been the expansion of our international programming, and our SUNY Global initiatives. Provost Bringstor, do you want to add?
Yeah, so we have many students going overseas. We have many dual degree programs. We are really pushing for more internationalization across the system. So there are a number of initiatives. We could give you a full briefing on them. Hubert Keene and his team at Farmingdale are doing great things. We have a number of programs where we're bringing students in, they're engaged in undergraduate research, and they stay in New York, and that's very exciting. So I think we could provide a lot more detail on that. Your question about marketing, we do see an opportunity to bring Open SUNY and our international efforts together in very effective marketing, because there's international marketing, because there are all kinds of pathways to higher education in the United States. And we've really only scratched the surface on those marketing techniques.
Thank you.
Senator.